we had this teacher called Briggsy. Well, I think his name was Mr. Kennedy or some shit like that, but there was a teacher in like a story that we did who was called like Mr. Briggs, but they called him Briggsy, so, and he just pure reminded us of him, so we started calling him Briggsy, and he hated that. But you know how you would get your 10 minutes of reading at the start? He used to say at the end, he always go, "That's shut 10 easy." So we all started saying it. So like he stopped saying it. He clearly used to smoke about 40 a day as well, because he would sit with like a bit of chalk in his hand, and he would like tap it at the end, as if he was like thing me in the Harrison. So clearly he was a heavy smoker. And he was also a big smelly are Clyde a team? Is that a team?
Yeah.
Aye. I'm sure he was a mad Clyde fan, because boys were arguing about Rangers and Celtic and all that, and he was on about some Clyde legend, and they were like, "Hey, you support Clyde, so hey," you know, that type of childish behaviour. So that's Briggsy. So give some predictions for Thingamabobber.
What, Superman?
Yeah.
I think Barry Allen, whatchamacallit, the Flash, will appear at the end of it to try and tie the universe a wee bit together. You've already got Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. I suspect he might die, actually. I can't see them keeping Nathan Fillion in.
Maybe they'll do that. Maybe he'll die and then the Ring will go find somebody new, and then that's how they can get like whoever they want, Kyle or your boy Hal Jordan or whatever.
Was it Kyle Rayner?
Kyle Rayner was his name, aye.
He's a bit boring, isn't he?
I don't really know. I don't know much. I've not read much Green Lantern in general. The two Green Lantern. Hal Jordan I know a wee bit about, and then John Stewart was always my first Green Lantern,
exactly.
you know, from the TV show, and he's the one. Cosmic Odyssey. He was the Green Lantern in that, and he makes a major boo boo.
He makes a major boo boo.
Yeah. Have you read Cosmic Odyssey?
Don't know. It's not ringing a bell. Especially if he made a boo boo.
He makes a major boo boo because I don't know if they've retconned this out of existence.
Get killed by America.
But it used to be the case that Green Lantern rings can't affect anything yellow.
Aye, yeah.
So, Cosmic Odyssey, Darkside has some plan where it's like if he blows up 4 specific planets, it will collapse the whole universe, because like gravity or some shit. So the heroes need to go and save like at least 3 out of the 4 planets basically, or the universe will end. So him and I believe it's Martian Manhunter he's teamed up with go to some planet, and he's like, "Oh, my ring's so powerful, I don't need your help, Martian Manhunter, you just stay here," and he like traps him in a bubble, and he turns up and the bomb's been painted yellow so he can't do anything.
Can't do jack shit.
Yeah, so the planet gets blown up. But then he learns from his mistake and becomes better as a result. And yeah, he was the one that was in Justice League, the cartoon.
He dates Hawk Girl for a while.
I think he did, I think he did.
I don't know, he just always seemed to have more about him.
Aye. He had a bit more of a history, but the problem with all these Green Lanterns is they all seem to just have the same backstory.
Ex-military.
Aren't they all just like Hal Jordan's a fighter pilot or something like that, and he was a Marine, I'm sure. What did Guy Gardner do? Maybe he did something different, I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know much about Guy Gardner, but I just know everybody hated him. Like all the fans hated him.
It's because he's annoying and ginger.
Aye, but what's annoying about him though?
It's annoying, he's really arrogant.
They're all like that. All the Green Lanterns are like that though.
Nah, he's not insufferably arrogant. It's like that boy you were talking about, earlier, who
gets punched about.
Exactly.
Punched about,
still
but then
got a swagger about
convinces himself that he.
Guy Gardner's the same. He gets spanked. Don't get me wrong. One of the funniest scenes in like Justice League, like War or whatever it's called, I think. It's actually Hal Jordan flies up to like Darkside, and he just gets straight fucking knocked the fuck out, like one punched.
Aye.
And then a load of parademons just pure like start punching on him while he's on the deck. It's just funny.
I think I've seen that. Aye, animated film adaptation of that though, they chucked in Shazam for no reason, and he's not in the comic. That comic was alright as well. It could have been better, and Jim Lee did the artwork for it. And again, it's
comic?
No, Justice League.
Sorry, Justice
like the new 52 sort of one.
I like the
and
new
it was
52
only alright, and I can't quite put my finger on why. It might have just been the fact that there's a lot going on in it and deadlines and stuff, and I guess something's going on through there.
There's just a mini earthquake in the house. Either that or the washing machine's picking up steam.
Ken Lazy Skank hasn't done any washing in about 3 weeks, but then the microphones are hot, better fucking get some background noise going on.
Exactly.
Get back in there and cook me a freaking sweater. Okay, boss. Anyway, predictions for Superman. Kryptonite. I'll make that prediction.
You reckon it's going to be...
Yeah.
He gets fucked up. Like,
because even in the teaser trailer, there's a bit where he looks all punched about and he gets Crypto to come help him.
And you can't imagine he gets leathered. Although it's interesting, it looks like Lex Luthor has some like death robots, and he just cuts through like the mad. I nearly said Asgardian robots, but it's like Kryptonian robots that he's got at his mad Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they're not
kaiju.
Not Osmos. See, I get them mixed up. Ultron's a Marvel guy, but Amazo androids are the other ones.
It feels a bit early for Amazo.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then anything would beat the. I mean, they dissed the Zack Snyder Justice League, but he wanted to do something different to Marvel. He didn't want to just be a Marvel clone. He was like, no, I've got a story to tell, and I'm going to tell it. And yeah, it was a bit convoluted and confusing, and dark. But I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah, I mean the Snyder Justice League I did think was good. Just 4 hours long, was all.
Aye.
But the whole thing was it was a mess from start to finish. It never worked. It just never worked right, any of it. And it's weird to think like Aquaman 2 was kind of like the final, the last hurrah of that like DC shared universe. Just seems kind of weird to think.
They're not even optimistic that it will make domestic. Spent 120 million on it, and
what,
they're like
Superman?
Aye.
Who's they?
Facebook. Some Facebook post.
I don't know. Everywhere I look, I see it.
They spend money at least advertising them.
All the wrestling shows, it's advertised everywhere. So
it's got a Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it with a sort of remix of the theme
they've
song.
Got Jambo Gunn. It says a James Gunn film like in the advert for it and everything. So, folk that are. I think the question with these types of things is nerds like me are always going to go and see it, but it's kind of, are they going to get folk who just feel like going to the cinema that weekend? Are they going to go see Superman? And I'm inclined to say yeah, probably.
I think it's the right sort intrigue.
Yeah, it's the right sort of time of year, and
nice wee air conditioned cinema.
Yeah, and it's a big enough name because Superman is still probably one of the like S tier. It's like Spider-Man, Batman, and probably Superman.
No.
Maybe Iron Man now, after the MCU and what have you, or like the top string. They bring out a film, you go see it, type of thing. So no, I reckon it'll do. I reckon it'll do well. It'll do really, really well if it's good, and if it gets good reviews and things like that. Because it's one of those ones where a lot of folk will probably be like, I've already seen Superman, but if it gets really, really good reviews, everybody's like, no, it's really good, go see it. And they'll be like, okay, cool, I'm curious, I want to go see it. That's my prediction. but I've not kept up on freaking not preview buys. What am I trying to say? Like pre-sale, advanced bookings and all that shit. I've not looked into any of that because I don't really care.
I'm intrigued to see how well it does, and then at the end of the month you've got Fantastic Four as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that already? Geez, so.
And I think Fantastic Four will do okay.
That's intriguing just for your boy Bobby Downey Jr. I'm gonna put up a photo on like Facebook or whatever, or Instagram or something like that, of all my Superman comics, because I'm gonna be like, guess what I'm going to see this weekend. And also, if it does get really popular, like, you know how everybody claimed to be in Avengers after Avengers came out, they're like, oh, I was always into Avengers. Like, fuck up, no you weren't. You were making fun of me a year ago for being into comics. I'm trying to kind of be like, no, I've always been into Superman, I was into it before it was cool. Because if it is really popular, you get the annoying, you know, gamer girl types.
Lights Out Punk.
I saw a t-shirt I should have bought. It was just the thing from Fantastic Four, and it just said it's clobbering time.
Aye, should have bought it.
Aye. CM Punk shouts that before a match, because he's a Fantastic Four fan. But there's also a mad punk band called Sick of It All. Sick of It All, I'm sure it is.
To America. I'll swim back to America. What the fuck? Just weird. But any predictions for Fantastic Four?
You
didn't watch Thunderbolts, did you?
I did not.
Because Thunderbolts kind of has an ending, post-creds, that explains where the Fantastic Four end up.
Are they... So, what's the script? Have they just showed up, or are they coming from a different universe?
They're coming from their own universe
right.
At the end of Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So they seemingly have ran away from their own universe.
Just 1 second. I just looked at that song. I didn't really like Badman that much. Nah, I'll stick with Badman. I wonder why. Galactus coming.
Well, yeah, it looks like...
F it up.
Not entirely... not entirely opposed to the female Silver Surfer. And Miss Fantastic looks fit as fuck.
I didn't know there was a lady with Silver Surfer.
Well,
just why though?
I think it's going to be very similar to the Fantastic Four 2 movie. But it's going to be like an ending where they have to escape the universe, where their planet gets destroyed and they have to leave. But then it's what's the story with Doctor Doom? Is he in it? Why are they two naked but
Shinobu isn't? Shinobu might have been a DLC character. I would need to double check that.
Hello. Under construction. What the fuck? Built in Unreal. It's extremely low key yet delicate work. No, that's Bugxtra. What have you got to say for yourself?
Cool.
Pandora's box is coming.
Seems a bit early for some
ramen.
Aye, so who's the cast? Who's Mr. Fantastic?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh yes, that's right.
But they're doing the thing like they did with Fan 4 Stick, where they're like, oh, we don't want to say the name. You know, they don't want to say Fantastic Four, but at this time it's like they don't want to say clobbering time.
Right.
So they're like that to Ben Grimm, like, say the thing. He's like, I only really say that in the cartoon. I don't actually say that. And they're like, come on. You know, he's like flying with Johnny and he's like, come on, do it. Say the thing. He's like, no, I don't want to say it.
I will say it like right at the end, probably.
Exactly. Okay. Pretty sure I flew into that rather than shot it. Whoopsie.
You died.
It's tough to know what's actually solid though.
It's a shooting game, you shoot the glowy thing.
Right. You have to like go between its blocks.
You is doing it wrongly. See, now I'm playing Asteroids all of a sudden.
Okay.
And who's playing Invisible Girl?
Don't know, some babe.
And that's her name in the comics, so that's what I'm calling her. So, well, I think they have actually updated it to women.
The Invisible Woman.
Aye, but it was Invisible Girl for years and years. And is Johnny Storm a white guy?
Yes.
Oh, he is? Jeez, oh.
Didn't just race swap him for no reason. Which made no sense, given they were brother and sister.
Yeah, but
adopted.
He wanted to tell that story, even though that has nothing to do with Fantastic Four and has never been part of the story whatsoever. But he came from a mixed race family, so therefore Fantastic Four had to be about that for some reason. Because this guy is arrogant as fuck and thinks he knows better than at that point 40 years worth of treasured, cherished comic book goodness.
Is that it? Did I win?
I don't know. We'll find out.
If that was it, that's pretty disappointing. I just think it's going to be a bit disappointing, Fantastic Four. I think Superman's got the potential.
I hope they go fight Mole Man.
Maybe. They may be famous for fighting Mole Man.
Hmm. Or I hope they get, like, teleported into the universe with some giant monster and they're just fighting it. So that's like the first time anybody sees them is just them fighting some giant monster and they're like, what's going on here? I wonder if they'll try and get mutants in there as well. You know, like towards the end it'll be like, oh look who else has showed up from another universe as well. And it'll just be like
Problem is you've ran a lot of shit together for... Was that it?
I guess so.
Was that... No.
I guess that was a stage.
Am I being punked? That was like 10 minutes. What the... No.
Yeah.
Doesn't say it's beaten. Doesn't say it's mild cleared though.
No,
it
does at the bottom.
Assumption does it?
Didn't it say so at the bottom left?
It did for the other one.
No, it didn't.
It says it for Golden Dragon, but it doesn't say it for Killer Marathon. Which makes me wonder if I try and do this. Is this a bum steer? Whatever. I'll do the next one. I'll follow you. Hell's Chainsaw. What is it? 6 death balls?
7.
7?
Isn't it? 7 magical Dragon Balls.
It's about a guy. A real asshole. Damon Ricicitella. Utopania. IT types. To low efficiency and consumption to destroy man. Love it.
I worked with an IT guy called something Spanish, and he said something one time that made me want to fucking take his jaw right off him. It was one of those things where it was a pure actually I'm super intelligent type of things, where he made some joke that pure wasn't funny, and then he was saying like the last day in the office he was like, oh but you see like it's funny because blah 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 coding and all this type of shit, and she was like it's not funny, and he was like, but you see like IT people like we're cause we're very like witty and very like super intelligent and all that type of shit, and I was like, shut the fuck up you, I'm like fuck. It was just embarrassing. It was that pure like I go home and spend all night on fucking Reddit, just embarrassing, mad IT geek. I was like, go outside and touch grass, my guy.
Were you molested by an IT guy?
No. This cunt as well, he had a thing where he was on about, oh, I go to the gym and then I have to like go home and grab a shower. I'm like, why do you not just shower at the gym? He's like, oh, I don't like the showers at the gym. And I'm like, how not? Is it one of those weird ones where it's just a big open room? He was like, no, there's like individual cubicles. I was like, right, there's absolutely no excuse for not getting a shower at the gym then. Right. He's like, blah blah blah, such and such, try to justify. I was like, no, that's just an excuse for you to leave sooner. And I didn't say it as a sharply as that. I was because I was trying to be nice to him at the time, but I was like, in my head I was like, you're just making it. You're one of those I don't have time to do this. I don't have time. Just finding any excuse type of guy. Which is fine. If you can't be asked going to the gym, don't go to the gym. But don't say like, oh, I can't because then
maybe he's like Mark though. Maybe it's not his penis that he's nervous about, but it's his mad balls.
Well, maybe, but there's individual
scrotum.
Individual cubicles that you shower in as well. So I'm like, well, you've no excuse then. You're mad weirdo.
Some of the mad showers at the gym though can be filth. They're just disgusting.
Yeah, but they're also showers. They're like self-cleaning. You just don't step all the way in, you put it on for 10 seconds, it'll kind of disperse whatever semen or whatever's on the floor.
It's a real hassle. I stopped by the primary secretary's house, then the CEO's.
Who is this lassie?
She's the secretary.
For whom?
The CEO. Oh, Portugal in a private jet. Oh, jeez, oh.
I was messaging some guy there. Well, it's actually a group chat, and just some people are just actually inbred, like honestly. He was on about, I normally pay this much for like a page, and I was like, I charge 10 grand per page, which is, obviously a joke.
Aye.
And he was like, oh well, at that price I'm gonna have to pass, like pure dead serious. And I'm like, right, shocking, mate, I was obviously joking, but cool. It's that like, people are just so fucking inbred.
This secretary reminds me of, there's a mad bird who doesn't appear anymore on like the Facebook reels, but she was basically sort of blonde and with fake tits. And she'll sit, and she's one of those who just, like, would watch like what we're reviewing.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what we're playing, and just like waggle her finger or like make kind of comment.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about how once she was taken, like that lass, paid for a private jet. She's clearly a whore. She's clearly whores herself for money.
Mm-hmm.
Is like proud of the fact that she's like, oh yeah, like, this guy flew me to his private island and banged me, and whatever, probably paid whatever to do that. It's like, oh, it's like being proud of being bought, and I'm like, that's charming. I think there's way too much of that now.
There was
it's because we don't tax the rich enough. I don't care what anyone says. We just don't fucking tax them enough. So you've got inherited wealth. Sorry, I just wanted to make that rant before I moved on to the next point.
It's done a 180, because it used to be like guys that were pure going about were like the man, and lassies that did it were like slags. Now it's like the other way about. If a guy does it, he's a pig, whereas like if a lassie does it, she's a boss bitch, and it's like it's almost like done a 180. And it's so funny. I see these like, there was some video and it was can't remember who sent it to me, but both of these people were just scum to me. I was like, I would hate to spend time with either of them. It was two people on a date. I don't know why she was sitting recording it on her phone, but
the date or
the date. She must be like an influencer or some shit, you know, a mid-level influencer. He basically was saying like, they were having dinner at a restaurant in a hotel, and he was basically, "Can I come back to your room?" And she went, "Nah," and he went, "All right, pay for your own dinner then." And she got pure pissed off at it, and she was like, "Oh my god, this guy's absolutely unbelievable." And the number one like upvoted comment or whatever like perfectly summed it up. It was like, "Lol, you're both arseholes. You're pissed off you have to pay for your own food, and he's pissed off that he's not getting a banging," basically. And it's true, because that guy thinks he's entitled to something because he bought her dinner, but she thinks she's entitled to, you know, dinner. So, because he was like, "Oh, I'll pay for your own food then, bitch," or whatever. He was like, "Oh, you've just used me," because, you know, we've been like some fancy expensive restaurant. He was like, "Oh, you just used me for a free meal." She was like, "Oh, no, I don't care. I'll pay for my own dinner." He was like, "I pay for your own dinner then, bitch. See you later." She was like, "No, wait," and he was like, "What is it?" And she was like, "No, I don't have any money.
I didn't bring my wallet."
She was like, didn't have her purse, didn't have her wallet, whatever. So yeah, the guy summed up perfect. Like they're both arseholes. Like they both just wanted something for free. Well, not for free, but they both just wanted something.
But it sounds like they did want it for free. And the whoredom is like an actual thing now, glorifying like whore behaviour.
There was some slut on some like early morning TV show, you know, like Richard and Judy or some shit like that, and it was on about like she was pure proudly saying how she hadn't paid for dinner in like a year. Right. Like every night she'd just go on a date with like a different guy. And it was pure like, "Oh, go you're so great" and all that, and it was like, well, nah,
hang on a minute,
she's a wee user. Like if this were a guy, you'd be like, "What state him? What a scumbag." And she apparently was, you know, deliberately like seeking out people that had good careers and shit like that. You know, hoping that they'd take her somewhere nice, basically. It was shocking.
Well, you would. For a first date, you kind of, you know, you don't object to taking somebody out and...
You're not generally going to be like, "Do you like Taco Bell?" Like, you're going to...
you do want to show off a wee bit,
but
again, and it's like... It's disappointing when it goes that way.
I was really hoping to get in an argument outside... I was going into B&M Bargains, but it's right next to McDonald's. I was really hoping to get in an argument with this woman, but she didn't bite, because she was parked in the disabled spot at the McDonald's.
Right.
So I walked by and I'm pure animatedly like looking at her dashboard, trying to see like the disabled badge, because obviously there wasn't one. And I was like, you know, I spent a good 10 seconds standing there. You know, she was looking at me. I was like, "Oh, say something," but she didn't. She didn't bite.
Probably just like, "What's that fucking guy dancing in front of my car?"
Maybe. But the thing is she was one of those like, she's like 43, but she's still like fake tanned and dyed hair and all that type of shit. Still thinks she's a pure hot mom, and I was like,
don't want to age gracefully for some reason.
But it was one of those things where I was like, "Oh, I want to argue with you so much," because I know exactly what it would be. It would be like, we're only gonna be here to blah blah blah, like. And I want to say like, I beg your pardon, I couldn't see your disabled badge, but you must have one.
Obviously,
you must have one.
To be parking in the disabled.
If you're parking in the disabled bit,
cunt.
And you know exactly. So only up to seconds. Who cares?
Don't ever be disabled.
Nobody else is using it. Like,
where's you a cop?
All that type of shit.
Who makes you think you're better than Jesus?
She'd go, "I'll wait till my man comes out," and I just stand there. In fact, no, I wouldn't. I'd start like stretching out my hand. He's like, okay, I'll wait for your man.
Yeah.
And he'd rush out like, here, we got a problem. I'd be like, "Aye, we do have a problem." He'd be like, "Oh, well, mate. And then he'd pull out his phone, start filming me as if I'm the one that's kicking off. You know, like I can pure picture
just crush it into dust.
I was just begging. But it never happened. She just sort of looked at me and then did that thing where they pretend that they can't see you. You know, they sort of look everywhere but at you. You know, like, you know that one.
I see. I'm still really confused by Killer Marathon. I feel like I didn't beat Killer Marathon.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you go back there once you've beaten the other levels, and that's how you do the final level. Or maybe.
Okay.
I think it's something like that. Are we doing this level?
Yeah, go on.
Time, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Only been like 20 minutes. Yeah, half an hour.
It's 10 to 9. Oh. I've been alright Karen recently. But it's just shit like I was at Aldi. And the reason I point out I'm at Aldi is none of us was in a hurry, right? This was not some life-threatening thing. But I'm at Aldi and I've reverse parked in. And I'm smack bang right in the middle of the lines. And there was some woman, front parked next to me, like right the way over. And I was like, it was annoying for me to get out, but I was like, it's going to be a pain in the arse for her to get in. And I knew it. And I go back, and my wing mirror was, flipped the wrong way, like out, not like in. If you get what I mean, like flipped out the way.
Flipped the wrong way.
And I'm like, that means she's like clattered it on the way out. And as I come out, she's pulling out. And again, I'm waving like that. I'm like, here, what you do? And she did that thing where, again, looked at me and then pretend she couldn't see me and pure sped off. And I'm like, there was no damage or whatever, but I was like, going to just not, don't park like a, it was the type of thing you would do if I had parked like a fanny, but I hadn't. She'd parked like a fanny. And yeah, I was just like, it just annoyed me. That's a talking gun with Morty's voice. This is some other Suda game which I haven't played but I want to play.
It looks like Devil May Cry.
It's meant to be some sort of weird Devil May Cry-esque.
Okay, so the gun fell into hell, or? I'm sitting forward because I'm genuinely like, what am I looking at? Johnson? He kind of looks like
Doctor Strange.
I actually thought, who's the Joker's kind of personality when he's wearing the hood? Red hood. He's wearing the hood.
He's wearing that hood.
It's red.
I think it's red. It's, yeah. Crimson helmet.
I think he's called, Buckethead Man. Downey, Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think it's just called Damned. It was like a PS3 game. I keep meaning to, jeez, I know drop my control. I keep meaning to play it. I should have bought it actually because it was in CEX one time. I saw it for like $10 and I was like, nah, it's too much. But I'm sure it's one of those ones I'll look up now and it'll be worth like 100.
Nah. CEX is normally ripping the arse out of it.
Not always though. I mean, sometimes games just get really rare for stupid reasons. This stage I remember being quite tricky, but good.
A huge fight demons.
Tua. Either. Slash. Stab. Kettled. What was the other one? Oh, I was trying to fight a guy. You know the top of the road. I was coming from the Gulistan, right? And you know, like the top of the road, you're going to turn left, come onto Woodhill Road. So I'm there, and it was queued like fuck back in the opposite direction towards Aldi. So I just slowed down and I flashed a woman to let her go, because there's a big queue, and then I was going to go. Literally did not take, probably not even a full second longer than it would have done otherwise. Some boy behind me, about 52 years old, immediately pure beating the horn at me, and I was like, Nate, I'm hand gesturing, I'm like, what's your problem? I'm just letting her out, type of thing. Beeps the horn at me again, so I flipped him off, and then he pure overtakes, like a pure dangerous as fuck overtake, and he was doing that, like out the window. No, not out the window, like inside the window, like to me. Driving off at 50 miles an hour, in the opposite direction, and with his fat, unfuckable wife, like sitting next to him, and I was just like, that's just your typical fucking world revolves around him. How dare he have to wait a second longer while I, let somebody out, type of thing, and I was just like, I hope that ruined his fucking day. I hope he goes home and has a big argument with her that spirals out of control. he starts bringing up stuff from 20 years ago. I never wanted to have Wayne's, all that type of shit.
I shouldn't have married you. I should have married Becky Wilson.
He stays up till 2 in the morning drinking his, his best scotch.
That he was saving for his son's graduation.
Says some unforgivable things, and then both of them are just trapped in an unhappy marriage. Like, I don't know. Just give this guy a full backstory. But I was just like,
then she gets the butcher's knife.
Aye,
she's had enough.
But it's just, if you get that pissed off after 1 second, again driving off towards Aldi. I'm not saying he was going to Aldi, but the hospital's the opposite direction. It wasn't school time. Not that school time's an excuse anyway. He was not in a rush, is what I'm saying. There was no emergency. There wasn't someone bleeding out in the back seat that he had to get to hospital urgently. Like, it was just a case of, I don't want to have to slow down. I'm so important. My life's terrible.
What kind of car was he driving?
I want to say
Merc.
A Mercedes, I think it was actually.
Aye, Merc is a Mercedes.
Oh, of course it is. Aye. Yeah, I believe it was a Mercedes.
That tracks.
Yeah, I don't find the worst, but they're not great. These powers I've got to equip to some are quite shite.
Maybe swap some in it. I want to do Travis Man. There's the one that we both need to equip it.
We
we combine to make Travis Man.
Yeah.
I want to see what that looks like because it sounds amazing. And you can probably only do it in co-op.
Yes, you can, because I remember wanting to do it. Why don't we do that right now, actually? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's go for it. Skills. I'm going to take, I think MNB is the one that's fucking dog shit.
Normal attacks to release shockwave.
Maybe it's not that one. Sucks life. I find that one's not working. Don't act like it's just not doing. Travis Man transformation. Oh, that's your version. Right, so I'll take my version, but I'm also going to get rid of. Is it? So what's cycle chip? Fires multiple shots. That's kind of useful.
Hit B because you're going to de-equip Travis Man.
Hit B.
Aye, then you
then re-equip it. Bind can't. Aye, see, I always hit you with that.
Yeah.
Doppelganger seems wank.
Doppelganger is a bit pish.
No, I'm going to try that. Shining chip. No, try that.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Could be handy. Take that then.
Cool. And then I'll go back in there and then go to Badman.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Oh, you're missing one anyway.
Yeah.
We definitely need Travis Man. Yeah.
Right. Double X. It's good that, but it's only really good against like slow enemies. Should know what that can use that. I'll try that instead, and then
that's the one I used. That kept fucking.
Fish.
I mean, what's been your sort of worst, like, first date experience? Going back to the dating scene. Like, have you had that? Have you had somebody trying to get dinner off you?
No, really. Nah, not really. None of them have been like pure horror stories, but there was one lassie I met, and I was like, this is a borderline catfish. Just because.
Looked nothing like her profile pic.
No, she looked exactly like her profile pic, right? But all her profile photos were from dead straight on, with her mouth closed.
Okay.
So seeing her from a different angle, her nose from like the side looked super like weird and howling, and her teeth were howling, and I was like, oh, see that. So she hadn't lied in her photos. It was just, there was like one angle at 360 where she looked alright. And she had found that, and all her photos were from that angle. And I was like, see, I should have asked follow-up questions.
I should have asked for a dynamic profile pic.
Yeah. Holding today's newspaper and what have you. No, she was nice enough, but we didn't really gel. It wasn't a pure terrible first date or anything, but I was just like, we will not be meeting again. Other than that, yeah, not really anything.
See, I didn't go on enough kind of first dates.
Yeah, I suppose not really.
I mean, we did when again. I just feel like it killed us randomly. I did a double date as one of the first dates, and that's always a bad idea.
Really?
There's no kind of defined rules. It was a double first date, so it was like for whatever reason,
you know
she
the guy?
a pal. Yeah, aye, so
right.
It was Kenny.
Right.
So Kenny had invited this bird out, and she went, "Well, look, I want to go out with my pal. Let's double date." Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I thought her pal was like better looking than she was, so it wasn't like a bad like trade off. But there's no sort of fixed rules of engagement, you know, when you're kind of double dating. So it was a bit of a, you have to pick your lane here, Ken. Like you're either with Kenny, and I'm going for your pal. You know, like I'm not taking both of these home, sort of thing. And I think I didn't really know my limits of alcohol, so there was a lot of wine involved.
You were all mad with it?
Getting all mad with it. I went to the student union, went to the garage, went to the garage.
Oh, garage.
Got a cheeky wee snog. And I was professing my love for her by the time we were like in the taxi on the way home. And I was back in the days of Bebo, you know.
Aye. God,
God. It's just as well they deleted all the stuff off of Bebo, put it like that, because there's some humiliating fucking post that would probably have got me on a register if it was today.
Go this week first.
Just harmless, like
inebriation.
Inebriation, but also I feel like, you know, a bit of immaturity on my part. And I feel I was being led a wee bit. Like I maintain
birds or snakes?
She went for me.
I think it was Ryan said that one time. He went, "Aye, birds are pure snakes, man." And I was like, listen back to that sentence you've just said. It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, in what context?
Well, exactly. Women. Andy Malcolm, he said something like, "Women, man," you know, like women. What are they like? Type of thing. But it was just the way he said it. I was like, that's just pure terrible English. English. That's pure terrible English right there. That's just how we Scottish folk say shit. Did I tell you a guy took me a square go after the Sex Pistols gig a few weeks ago?
No.
I told you about this, no? I'm trying to remember how it started, right? It was so we went to the gig and it was all good, and then we were in some pub in town just like sitting chatting shit or whatever, and we were getting a taco by like Central Station. No, I mean just a taxi. Bell. No, I just mean a taxi.
You mean a taxi?
Aye. By Central Station, right? And you know, there's like a queue, so we're in the queue, and I was talking to some woman who was like a teacher or something like that. We were just chatting shit, and this guy's like stood in front of me, and I can't remember why he started talking to me, but he said something, and I was on about like, I think one of my so it was Ross and Ryan. I think one of them came and like sort of just stepped in front of me, and he said something like, "Oh, he just skipped you," and instead of just saying like, "Oh no, he's my pal," I was like, "I'll spread his cheeks," you know, something like pure gay like that.
Right.
And the guy kind of looked at me funny, but he like didn't say anything. So then 10-15 minutes go by, and you know, then he's in his taxi, right? So he's in the back seat, and then all of a sudden he starts kicking off like he's going to smash me. He's like, no, let me. You know, there's like 3-4 bouncers, or not bouncers, security, whatever, like, in the way, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, let me out! I'm going to punch this cunt! I'm going to punch this cunt!" Like talking about me, and I'm sort of standing there like, what? He was like, he's a wrongin', like pure shouting to everybody. He's like, he's a wrongin'. He was on about spreading that boy's cheeks. He's a wrongin'. He's like, he should be, he should be jailed and all that. And I was like, what? And it was just funny because I can't remember, verbatim what I was saying, but I was like, 10 minutes you were stood in front of me. You had 10 minutes to punch my cunt and you did nothing. But now that there's security, now that there's
the safety of...
Aye, bouncers in the way, and now it's hod me back, shut it. And then I just started being pure vile. He was like, you're a wrong, and you were on about spreading his cheeks. I was like, aye, I'm going straight home, I'm going to shag both of them, mate. I shagged your dad. I can't remember, board forward what I was saying. I was being pure vile though. I was like, I shagged your dad, go home and ask him. Just pure childish stuff like that. I was like, I loved every second of it, and so did he, like, just being pure... Because it was like, if he seriously wanted to, like, throw a punch, he was stood in front of me for 10, maybe 15 minutes, had nothing to say. And also, why is he... If he's really that, like, worried, it's 2025, if he's really that, like, appalled by someone being gay, get a grip of yourself. Or maybe he's got some weird... internalised homophobia that, or not homophobia, some deep down gay feelings that he's afraid of or something like that, because honestly it was so...
It seems a bit homophobic,
There was like a 1% chance that I was gay, so he wanted to smash me for it. It's like, nah, there's something weird going on here. You're away home to have a pure angry wank to some, like, some adult videos where you look up the guy's name, not the girl's, but you'll do some mental gymnastics where you're like, no, it's because of her. I'm watching it for her.
Watching it for the bird.
Type of thing, like the guy was weird. He was some just wee fat, like, sort of nerdy guy, and it was just funny. It was that, like, when he first started kicking off, I was kind of like, what's going on? But then immediately after, I just started laughing. I was like, you're just a fool. And he looked 40s at least. He wasn't like a pure young guy. And it was just funny. It was like, man, it must be a regular thing. He must be kicking off with folk all the time. Again, when he's like in the safety of sort of, bouncers or what have you. It was just hilarious. It reminded me of a time, this was years ago, but we were outside the cat house waiting to get a tackle back. I might have told you this story. Waiting on a taxi, and I was very immature. I was eating like some chips and like the sort of like paper box. There was a group of like 4 or 5 boys kind of stood like a couple of feet away from us, and I pure immaturely I just turned round and sort of like dropped the box at their feet so it looked like it belonged to them. And one of them like sort of looked at it, and another one of them kind of saw it and sort of just like chuckled, didn't like, who cares, didn't really say or do anything. Right. So again, 10-15 minutes probably we're stood there waiting for our taxi, and then like the 4 corners is like the lights. So we get in the taxi, we pull away like 10 feet, and then we're at the red light, and then one of the boys, he runs down and he's trying to like rip the taxi door open, and like he's hitting on the window trying to get in to like smash me and all this. And again, he was expecting us to like push out ourselves. We're all just like, it was me, Ross, and 2 girls. I think it was like Diane or something like that. And we're just all of us pure pointing and laughing at him like, how long were we stood next to them? 10-15 minutes, and he didn't say or do anything. But now the second we're driving away, he was sprinting after it, like as it was pulling away, sprinting after the taxi, like, oh, he's so... And I can hear what he would have said to his pals, like, oh, he's so lucky, like, they drove away, because see if I'd have caught up to that taxi, man, all this type of stuff. And it's just like, number one, what are you trying to fight me over? Because I very immaturely dropped a box at your feet? Number one, that's a pathetic reason to fight with people. And number 2, you had all that time stood there to do something, but then the second I'm driving away in a locked car, and everyone knows that it was like a black cab.
So it was a black cab, right?
Yeah, and everyone knows they lock when they're moving.
They click shut, don't they? So
yeah, a little red light goes on to show that it's locked and all that. So, but then all of a sudden he was like trying to rip it open, trying to rip the fucking door off. It was hilarious, man. I was kind of glad we were all laughing though, because I was like, for a second I was like, oh, I hope the girls, well, any of them, but you know the girls especially, I was like, I hope they don't actually go, oh my god, who was that type of thing. But no, they were pure howling at him as well. They were like, what a clown. So yeah, just reminded me of that story. Some folk, I guess, just never learn. They're just stuck in that mindset their whole lives.
Can't help themselves.
He's the type of guy that would go see that mad film Marching Powder. Marching Powder. You know, the Danny Dyer one. You know, like we went to go see it, like...
Ironically.
He'd go see it and legitimately think that it's proper cinema. I saw something, I think it was a YouTube comment years ago, it was like... Somebody was on about Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Have you seen that?
Yes. Yeah.
It's an alright film, but they were like, I realised Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels is like Citizen Kane for Chavs. And I was like, that's kind of true. It's Pulp Fiction, unfortunately, is kind of becoming that way. It's like every Neds, well, not every Neds, but you know, like not quite Neds, but they're not exactly enjoyers of
lowbrow.
Enjoyers of pure fine cinema.
It's the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, and it's a shame because Pulp Fiction's like is a really good movie, but it's like there's BAMs that like it for the wrong reason. It's like Scarface. Do you remember Neds were pure obsessed with Scarface and The Godfather? And it's like so many Neds I know had a Scarface poster. And it's one of those things, it's like, yes, it's a good movie, but you probably enjoy it for totally different reasons than what I do. They probably like it because guns and money and drugs and that.
Ethan often quotes Pulp Fiction.
Does he?
Yeah.
Has he seen it?
No.
Well, see, there you go.
But he's seen the scene with Samuel Jackson where he goes, English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Right. Aye, that's the other thing, is that people have shared clips on TikTok and shit like that, and you know...
Actually, they've not really seen the whole movie. It's young BAMs who've seen like clips of the movie.
Yeah. I can't remember why I even got on that topic, but yeah.
No, it's just fights.
BAMs. Folk that are like, oh, I'm pure into music. Who do you listen to? Oasis?
So, no into music then?
Aye. I think it was Ryan sent me a photo and it was just like a wee BAM. And it was like Spotify top playlist is like Jerry Cinnamon, Wonderwall by Oasis, and the #1 most played song by whatever arsehole is headlining Transmit this year. You know, Transmit festival or whatever, and I'm like, it's so true. Oh, I'm pure into my music. I heavy what I go to Transmit, and you're like, shut up, man. I can't remember who I was on about, who I was talking to, but I was on about, oh, we're going to see Sex Pistols, and they were all like, who's that? And
who's that?
Aye, and I was like, I thought everybody, even if you don't know their music, I thought everybody had heard of them in that way that like everybody's
Johnny Rotten. Like...
Everybody's heard of Elton John, even if you don't listen to him. You would know the name, type of thing. And I was like, aye, and Undertones, who? Skids, who? Have you heard of The Clash? They weren't playing, but have you heard of The Clash? Who? Have you heard of Metallica? No. And you're like, alright, shut up, you're just at it now. You have heard of Metallica, but you're trying to mug me off. Somebody who claims I'm heavy into music. We had a friend called Ailey. She would always claim, "Oh, I'm pure into music and all that stuff." It's like, no, you're not. You think you're into music because you listen to like fucking, you know, DJs. You listen to Alesso's remix of fucking Tim Berg's remix of Avicii's remix of fucking Avicii Levels. I think you're pure into music. We got into a thing for a while where we would do like pub quizzes, you know, like make our own like pub quizzes and do them.
During like COVID, it was.
No, this was way before that.
You did it before it was cool.
Well, no, I don't mean it like that. I just mean like it was just a fun kind of thing to do, like while you were getting wrecked at someone's house or whatever. And I did one on music, and it was pure easy like questions. It was like I did like, you know, listen and like name the song, and they were all pure famous #1 songs. I can't remember off the top of my head all of them, but one of them was, you know, the song Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush?
Mm-hmm.
One of them was that, and she was pure annoyed at me. She was like, nobody's ever heard of this shit. I'm like, everyone's heard of this. It's like, if you go into like, you know, any pure like top 20 British singles of all time, it's always on there. Yeah, some of them were like older songs. Yeah, it was an Elton John song was on there. I can't remember which one, but again, Elton John, pure well-known song. She was like, oh, nobody's heard any of this shit. The most obscure thing that was on there was, one of them was a Bob Dylan song. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was Times Are A-Changin', which has been in like every advert, every film ever. Again, like pretty well-known kind of stuff. It wasn't like some obscure B-side from the 70s that nobody's heard. It was like Bob Dylan's best known song. Bob Dylan, one of the biggest artists ever. She was like, oh, no, nobody's ever heard of any of these cunts. And I was like, thought you were pure into music. Matter of fact, I'm sure there was a Jimi Hendrix song in there. I think it was Purple Haze. Do you know that one?
Aye.
Yes, I'm sure it was Purple Haze was in there. And she didn't have it on at that time, but she had a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt and didn't get it.
No.
And again, it's not an obscure Jimi Hendrix song, it's one of his better known songs. No, it was hilarious. She was a pure TRNSMT in the park type of lassie. She claimed she met Beyonce and Jay-Z because she did like G4S.
Oh yeah.
She worked at one of their gigs. And we were like, right, so do you mean you saw her walk by?
I mean, Paul McCartney waved to me once when I was working for G4S.
Oh, there you
go. That doesn't mean we're best pals.
That's better than... I was like, how far away was she? She was like, oh, probably like 100 feet. I'm like, that doesn't count. That's just like, so you were in the crowd then. That's not the same as meeting them.
Yeah, we got to see Paul McCartney did like a pre-show for like 30 people.
Oh yeah.
And we were in the stadium for it.
Yeah.
So again, we paid nothing because we were security.
Yeah, that counts more than...
Exactly, I would say that counts more than, full stadium. She waves to the crowd and
I was in that crowd. That was for me. You all saw it.
No, that was not Beyonce waving to you.
Beyonce's are wrong in anyway.
How?
Well, Jay-Z's been named in all the P Diddy stuff.
Oh, has he?
Aye. And P Diddy and an unnamed female assailant.
Oh.
Who would go on to be his wife? It's like one of those things like say Beyonce without saying Beyonce type of thing.
Can't say their name directly. Get back here.
I watched a video on YouTube and it was very well done, right? It was just a guy describing like the scene in the court when at the P Diddy trial when Jay-Z showed up, and it was like, and then the doors were thrown open as a surprise guest emerged, and it was Jay-Z, and I was like, I mean, on the one hand, he tells the story quite well here, but on the other hand, you do realise this is all pish, because in real life trials they have like a pre-trial and they say so and so can be a witness, no I don't want them as a witness, and this can be an evidence and no it can't, and all that type of stuff. Folk don't just show up like they do in films.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like,
it's not a courtroom drama.
Aye, and it's one of the things like, is that harmless like storytelling? But the problem is, 14-year-olds will read that, listen to this story and take it as fact. They'll be like, oh, Jay-Z just showed up unannounced, it was amazing, and you're like, no, that never happened. It's like, oh, I did, I saw it on YouTube. It's like, well, no, that's not how court trials work. So, and people can't disseminate fact from fiction. So, but am I just being typical tinfoil hat Jack there? Reading too much into this? Was it just a harmless YouTube short? Like, I don't know. But Beyonce's are wrong by all accounts. And Jay-Z apparently is like basically just spilled all the beans on P Diddy and said like, oh, I saw him do all this, but I didn't take part. But I saw all this, but I didn't take part.
I saw a 14-year-old suck his dick, but she didn't touch my dick.
But I didn't join in.
I tried to stop it.
It's one of those things where it's like, number one, I don't believe you, alright, and you joined in, and number two, at that point, it's at the point of, right, you're guilty now, even if you didn't join in.
Because any other person would have like...
Him walking off into a different room and you didn't see what happened is one thing, but it happening in the same room as you and you didn't do shit, like there's a point of sort of no coming back where you are guilty now, if you get what I'm trying to say. It's like, say you left and then the next day it's on the news that you killed somebody. It's like, well, I wasn't there, I had no part in it, I didn't know what you were going to do, I'm not guilty. But if you had a loaded gun and went, Jack, turn your back, and I heard a gunshot go off and I turned round and there was a dead guy on the floor, and I don't grass you in, at that point I'm kind of as guilty as you are in some ways. That's over the point of reasonable kind of like a reasonable level of me not stopping it. I'm not articulating very well here, but did you get what I'm kind of trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. You've got plausible deniability up to a point. But like you said, that was a good example of, I went, Jack, look over there for a second, and then fired a gun, and then a man is dead on the sofa. You can't really go...
I don't know anything about it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Anything could have happened.
That moment when I turned my back, that was critical to this whole case.
It's like almost nothing can be proved 100%. That's why you have to get. That's why they even word it like that, beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, could he have taken the gun off of you, shot himself, and then, the recoil from the gun made it fly out of his hands and land in your hands? Yeah, that could have happened, but the much more reasonable thing to assume, what is that? Is that you shot him. Like, do you know that guy? He wants a strawberry to Let's Buy. Okay, that's weird. But you know that guy Darkside Phil I'm sometimes on about? Mm-hmm. So, one of his big dramas was he just begs on stream, like, oh guys, please, I need to pay my taxes, like, oh, I'm going to lose my house if you guys don't donate and stuff like that. And then someone, which it is about out of order, but someone basically phoned his bank and got a hold of his bank records, and he spent something like 20 grand on a mobile game called WWE Champions. You buy the loot crates and all that type of shit. So folk are understandably pissed off.
Yeah, but he's out there begging when he's wasting money as fucking blatantly as he is. Yeah,
and he's always denied it, and it's one of those things where he denied that the account was his, and then then they found out it's linked to his bank because it's linked to your iTunes, and his iTunes must be linked to his bank or whatever. So then they found that, and he was like, "Oh no, it used to be mine, but then I sold it," and and he just moves the goalposts all the time and stuff like that. And so somebody phoned up his bank, and it's one of those things where on stream he was on about, I got my hair cut today, and they know where he lives and stuff like that. So it's like there's a charge for at 3 o'clock for a haircut, where they know he gets his haircut, and then the same day there's a £200 charge to WWE Champions, which is the mobile game. So basically what they're saying is, we know that beyond it, are you seriously telling us that there's someone else that went there at the exact same time on the same day, got the same haircut as you got, blah 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 blah, and he was like, can you prove that it didn't happen? And the guy he was talking to, I think actually is a lawyer, and he was like, well, no, but it's beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, come on, what's more likely that someone else, all these coincidences, all these millions of different coincidences adding up, or that you're just lying?
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy, it's that way. They're stacking the deck in his favour so much. They're he said something, and I don't know if he was serious or not, but he was like, I have a polygraph machine. I'm registered with whoever it is. I've done the course. I know what I'm doing. I will come to your house. We could do a polygraph test, and then we could put it on YouTube, and everyone will believe you, and no one will ever be able to say anything bad about you ever again. I will pay for my own travel. I'll pay for my own hotel or whatever. I'll pay for my own meals. You don't even need to feed me. I'll come. I'll do it on your schedule. I'll come. I'll show up whenever works for you. All you have to do is take 30 minutes out of your day, and it'll prove you've been telling the truth the whole time, and all your haters will have nothing to say. And he's like, no. And you're like, well, what can I do for you at this point? It's a farter.
I see, that's farter behaviour. Okay, there's nothing done here.
I think this is some bullshit. Look. Oh no, there we go. I think the boss is coming up, but don't go. Because I remember this being one of the longer stages, I think. Yeah.
That wee turret thing's pretty handy.
Is it good? I don't know if
it only takes like one hit though, and if you hit it by accident, it destroys it. So it is a bit.
That's gonna be.
It's a bit shit that one thing happens. Can let him explode.
You seen any good animes recently?
Started watching Dan to Dan.
Aye, how is it?
I'm enjoying it.
I watched the first couple and I liked it, but I was going to go back to it when when it was all out.
When the 2 seasons, like, because there's 2 seasons fully out. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
No, it's different. It's not what I expect. It feels like it's in the same universe as Mob Psycho. It's a bit offbeat, which I don't mind, but it's very similar. Sweetest of the Underworld. It's very similar to Mob Psycho.
I need to watch Mob Psycho actually.
Mob Psycho's alright.
I got about halfway through it, subbed, and then I can't remember why I had to stop watching it.
You can watch it dubbed. You can definitely, for me, watch it dubbed. Save yourself the pain of having to read it.
Aye. Because it's Thingy that did One Punch Man.
Was it?
Yeah, but he drew Mob Psycho. I think there was originally like a webcomic version of One Punch Man that he drew, but he was like, I'm not
a good enough artist.
Yeah. I need someone else to get across. So I think like Saitama when he's like the pure basic just circle head type of.
That's all him, yeah.
I think that's how he
looks exactly the same as Mob.
Yes, exactly. Whereas, like, if you look at the manga, like some of it's amazing looking.
And that's coming in October as well.
What
Season 3.
Oh,
all the good animes are coming out October time.
I'm just so curious to see where it goes.
I think it's going to go off the manga. I don't think it's going to follow the same route, because already it looks like Garo's back as a human, whereas. From what I'm seeing in the manga, they go, to fight the monster association, and Garo's already a monster at that point.
Oh.
Whereas it looks like he comes back to the surface, at least in the trailer I saw, which it might just be like a sort of small cutaway to him almost like training.
Yeah.
Or for them beating him down before they kind of deliver the finishing blow and make him a monster.
Yeah.
But again, it's all kind of focusing away from
Saitama. Your healer thing. Come over here and we'll heal for a second. Nice. I'll be honest. No, you stay in there and heal. Oh, sorry, I hit Travis, man.
Oh, that's what that is. We'll remember to do Travis Man together.
I kind of want to watch Mob Psycho now. I'm going to do that. I need to just start at something. Like, remember a while ago I told you I was like, I couldn't get into movies because I couldn't sit for that length of time. Now I'm the opposite. Now I only want to watch movies. I can't like start series at the moment for some reason.
Well, but I'm the same. A movie's just the right sort of length. The series is such a big time commitment. Although I started watching Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that. I had no idea that was a thing.
No, neither did I.
My friend Campbell showed me it a wee while ago. I was like, what is this? Is it new? And he was like, is it new? He was like, no, it came out like there's like 5 series of it, and I'm like, this is hilarious.
And it's Mike Tyson that voices it.
Aye.
And Mike Tyson's actually really.
He's wearing a Zelda t-shirt.
Yeah, just stuck that on him.
That's awesome.
But Mike Tyson Mysteries is like. It had to be funny for the off.
Is the recording alright, or do you need it?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It should be alright for another 20.
Cool. Aye, I think this
so
is
if this is the boss side, we should smash it in 20 minutes.
What's it on, Channel 4? Or?
I got it on 4OD. So I was watching Rick and Morty and it was just a suggested after a... Aye, perfect. after I finished watching it, and I was like, what the fuck? Mike Tyson Mysteries.
It's so funny. See, that's the type of thing I should actually do, in so much as, you know, like, because the animation's pure basic, they like reuse backgrounds, but that's like the funny part of it. That's the sort of thing, like, we should make something like that. You know, I'll just do like one background, and like the character models don't really need to move, just like do the mouth. Stuff like that, I think that would be funny. That's the type of thing I think could still do well on YouTube. Like little comedy videos like that. There's some guy, he's got like 1 million subscribers now. All he does is he just gets freeze frames, they don't even move, from old like Justice League cartoons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he obviously like dubs them, comes up with all these weird situations. One of them was like Batman's intervention, and they were like, Batman, why do you keep having children as sidekicks? It's totally not safe, Batman. You know, stuff like that. I'll try and find him, I'll send you him. I stopped watching him because I got bitter because he got too popular. I was like, F-Face, man, I'm funnier than him, I should, but I'm in a more mature state at the moment where I can just be like, good for him.
Go on, follow me. Like my turret shoot you a bit.
I think this dude, actually we'll wait till he's on second phase. Oh, look at that, that's like a spinning...
Travis, man.
Yes. That was a spinning bird, the kick. Like Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Oh, my Travis man's still recharging. That's my fault, sorry. Like that.
That slowdown's a good move.
It is, it's better than I remember. I'll actually, well, of course we're playing co-op.
Spank. Yeah, I'm over here. Come here. Come here. Let my turret. Well, come to me. Oh, you prick.
Ooh.
Oh, Christ, that was him. I thought that was you.
Watch for the bomb. That like bouncy ball move's quite pish.
Aye.
Well, it's two situations. You need to be too dead on with it.
Certain bosses,
yeah,
in the right space is pretty good. Like I like that stun one, but it hits you as well more often than not, so it's not.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it by myself.
I hear Garcia's voice. Cool ass voice. Yeah.
I can't touch.
Can't believe your Travis man's still charging.
Aye, that's terrible. I'm annoyed. I forgot what it was and I just hit it. I'm gonna get this top turret.
Who the fuck am I? Sorry, I disappeared from on for a division. Oh shit.
How does he feel about the bombs?
Yeah.
Come at me. What?
Oh.
See, how did that miss him? It was like 1 pixel to his right. Get him.
I think you hit that. Oh, man, I didn't really hit that, but
maybe I did.
Magic hit it.
Cheeky wee belly to belly suplex.
Maybe you don't need to hit the prompt. Maybe he just goes, I'll fucking do it regardless. What happens if you miss a prompt?
I got an S.
You got an S and I got
didn't
a B.
die.
I suppose.
I did more damage as well. Even won the virtual coin toss.
Garcia Hotspur. The big boner again?
I think that's the name of the gun, but it might not be. Suck dick. Yourself.
Does Garcia actually help you out, or is that just an empty sort of supporting comment? Still intrigued how the final one. Like you said, presumably it won't work until you go back.
I don't remember, but we'll find out.
What?
Mega tsunami.
That's when they destroy the laptop into
I think so, aye.
in the bath.
And then Mark goes to open it and Jez just knocks his wine on it and he goes like that.
Oh, you broke it.
You broke it. Well, it wasn't working before.
Yes, it was.
And then you put your wine on it. That's what happened.
That's what I saw. Good idea.
Classic peak moment.
It is.
See what Travis is saying.
What the hell's going on? I put it upstairs, Moonlight. Let's see what damn pop up, yep.
Oh, it was 6 death balls.
Broke ass daughter.
Aye, so maybe it's 6 balls, but I think it's like 7 stages. It's kind of how it breaks down. But I don't know.
Okay. What? That looks like Loki. Little pet terrier. I'll grant you one wish. Is this it? Is this the end of the game? Aye. Can't be bothered with details.
No, this isn't the end.
Okay. Punked. Oof. It turns out it was actually a bad girl on the inside, right? Who the hell I knew that dog was my dog? Oh, I don't give a fuck if you're one of those weird ass cat people. I didn't raise no goddamn dog, Charlie. Infantile regression. Okay.
So we managed to bring back Bad Girl, but she is unfortunately, as you can see, a dog. So it's kind of like a monkey's paw sort of
Wish.
Yeah.
It didn't do it right. Is that what the 7th level's going to resolve?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Love it. Right, okay. I'm intrigued to see if it does.